I think it worked. I think everybody's doing better than the Liberals, except maybe the NDP. They're at 21, 23. But, you know, we have Canadians dealing with this HST holiday, the Liberals trying to jumpstart their numbers. Like they have the economic statement coming up from Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, and I think they wanted that as an opportunity to move the numbers. Not so much. Conservatives 42.
Oh.
You're right, exactly. Liberals 23, NDP 21. So, Roger, if the Liberals thought that their strategy to have the HST GST holiday to chit chat or talk about a potential $250 check would move the numbers, nope, hasn't moved the numbers at all. And the ironic thing is, you can see it's within the margin of error, but even a little bit of downward pressure on the on Liberal support. So, their attempts to try to change the trend line ahead of an economic statement that's coming next week haven't worked. And I think for a lot of Canadians, I don't know, maybe the Liberals are turning into, like, Roger, remember Charlie Brown's teacher? Wah, 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 wah.
And they're not just
I
not
think
hearing
it's
it
kind
anymore.
of turning I think it's getting like that, where people see Justin Trudeau and the Liberals in the news and stuff like that, and they're just starting to tune out because it's been more than a year that the Liberals have significantly trailed the Conservatives.
And there hasn't been a lot of positive reviews for the GST break and everything like that. So next week will be interesting to see what happens with that with the financial statement. But let's move on, take a look at the leaders and see how they're doing.
Yeah, you can see Pierre Poilievre still firmly in the driver's seat, about a 15-point advantage as to who Canadians would prefer as prime minister. He's at around 35%, Justin Trudeau at around 20%. You can see little negative pressure within the 3-point margin of error, but a little bit of negative pressure on the Trudeau numbers on the preferred prime minister front. And, for seeing, a couple points back of Justin Trudeau. But, the takeaway here is you look at the ballot numbers, haven't moved for the Liberals, a little bit of negative pressure. You look at the preferred prime minister numbers, haven't moved for the Liberals positively, a little bit of negative pressure. I think the long and the short of it is that for everything that the Liberals are trying to do to change the situation politically, that it just has not positively moved the numbers in their favor for sure.
We are in an interesting spot. Okay, the economy, when it comes to issues for Canadians, the economy is still pretty much number one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's starting to pull away, Roger. It was a bit of a three-way tie at one point between jobs and the economy, inflation and housing and stuff like that. Fast forward now, you can see that Canadians are much more likely to identify jobs in the economy, about 18%, up 3 points. 8 points back is inflation, followed by immigration at 9 percentage points. So we've seen more concern about jobs in the economy, a little less concern about housing, which is rounding out at around 6%. But, the thing is, for this economic statement, Canadians want to hear about jobs in the economy. They want to hear about what it might mean.
Yep.
Donald Trump and his threat of tariffs, what that might mean for the Canadian economy. And the Liberals are basically on the defensive. Usually governments, when they're doing these economic statements, Roger, they want to move the numbers. They want to make people feel better about the government of the day. Well, because of this GST, HST stuff and the talk about the $250 check, Chrystia Freeland and the Liberals, Justin Trudeau, are on the defensive, will be on the defensive. And who knows how big this deficit might be, Roger. Next week, we might be talking about how big or small, it won't be small, how large the deficit will be and whether the Liberals are on or off track on that one.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to that one. Nik, thank you as always, sir.
Take it easy.
Nik Nanos is the founder and chief data scientist at Nanos Research.